Welcome back to the Quick Sip, and this is the show where we slow things down, take a breather, and talk about the real journey behind business, creativity, and life. I'm your host, Harry, and today's episode is one that I've been holding out for quite some time. So, not because that I do not want to talk about it, because, well, it's really deep, and the title says it all, the hardship of entrepreneurship that no one talks about. Okay, you see the highlights, the flexes, the win, the Insta stories, the reel, the TikTok videos, the freedom of being your own boss. Behind that Instagram reel is a lot of truth people do not post. So today, I want to share 5 raw truth. No fluff, no bluff, just hard experience and hopefully something that speaks to you. Number 1. Let's talk about the number one thing that the hardship of an entrepreneur. The loneliness. Everyone wants to be a leader. You, me, everyone, the one beside you, the one behind you. Until they realize that leadership is very lonely. When you are building something from scratch, a brand, a business, even just an idea, you often do it alone. You often doing it alone. You make decisions alone. You take calculative risks. You cry alone. You overthink at 3 a.m. alone. How many alone more that I can say? Sounds familiar, right? Sometimes your friends, your family don't understand and they will always ask you the same question. Hey, why don't you just get a stable job lah? Those 9 to 6. Sounds very familiar, right? Even if you are a team or a co-founder, not everyone will carry the same emotional weight you do as a founder. You are responsible for the vision, the finance, the failures, and the burden I know is very heavy. Entrepreneurship can be very isolating, but here's the truth. Loneliness isn't a sign you're doing it wrong. No, do not get that into your head. It often means that you're doing something bold, you're doing something brave. And not many have the guts to do or even try. Number 2. The second hardship that is rarely getting any airtime, that is rarely being said on a lot of entrepreneur videos or podcasts, it's guilt. Yes, guilt. You know, it sounds strange, right? Guilty. You feel guilty. You think success is a celebration. Woo, hurrah! What happens when you start making more than your friends and family? What happens when your freedom comes from a place of sacrifice and others around you are still struggling? Let me explain. Sometimes you have events like family event, weddings, friends wedding, even your best friends or maybe a part of a family is sick and they're in the hospital. You don't have time because you have your own busy schedule business to run. You feel guilty, right? Of course, I do too. I miss a lot of weddings. I miss birthdays. Sometimes I go on jobs. Even my wife's birthday, I remember that I do have wedding jobs, but I still go. She understands. It's a blessing that your partner or your family member actually, understands your position. And there's a guilt that creeps in also, a guilt that surpassing people, a guilt of not being available anymore because of your time is limited, a guilt of saying no, I cannot make it to the dinner, or no, sorry guys, I can't play games tonight. I can't be online tonight. Even family events, because your grind doesn't clock out. There is no thumbprint scan. There's no cut print to clock out from your work, because your work is 24/7. So like I said, you're lucky if your family, your partner understands your work. And also, if you are from a culture where humility is praised and struggle is normalized, your wins can feel uncomfortable. Like you are not supposed to celebrate them out loudly. Like macam when you post on Facebook and then you feel that, should I inform them? Should I share this? You know? So what do? We hide them, we downplay our feelings, we feel ashamed of every success we work so hard for. And it's an emotional roller coaster, but real. And no one teach you how to process it. Number 3. We are going to number 3. The money mirage. Money mirage. The money is an illusion. Let's kill the myth really quick. Just because you're self-employed does not mean you are rich. Remember that. People out there, just because you're self-employed, just because I am self-employed, or anybody you know is self-employed, doesn't mean that they are rich. People see you with a business as and assume that you have the money. Bro, you must be making big money now lah. Belanja lah. Buy for me this lah. Open table lah. But behind that invoice is months of unpaid work, delayed payments, bad clients experience. You are in debt and reinvesting everything back into the business. Let's say lah, you earn 5K. 3K you invest back into the business. It goes back to your inventory. It goes back to your staff that you employ, or maybe the workers that help you, maybe live streaming, or maybe packers or something like that. Subscription fee of the applications that you use on your phone, on your computer. The taxes you have to pay. And maybe, just maybe, you can bring back that 1,000 back home and use. Maybe. Sometimes there are months you earn 0. Negative, and you constantly choosing between survival and scaling. This is why money is an illusion to others, and it's why so many entrepreneurs are successful online but struggling silence behind the scenes. This is what people do not see. Number 4. We are going to number 4. It's getting hot in here, guys. Pressure to perform. Performance anxiety. Not the kind of stage one, not the kind of you perform in front of the camera, you do your stupid TikTok dance, the entrepreneur kind. Once you made it halfway, let's say you come into your 2nd year, you come into your 3rd year, you launch a product, gain a following, open your store, suddenly there's this pressure to keep winning. You want to keep on going. You want to keep on going to this freight train that you cannot stop. Every new post, every campaign, every product launch has to outperform from the last post. Because if you stop growing, people think you're fading. If you pivot, people think you lost. If you take a break, you disappear. People think you give up. You gave up. You are constantly managing perceptions. You can't just be. You have to prove every single day. It's exhausting, understand that. You start doing things that not out of inspiration, but fear. Fear of not making money. Fear of being irrelevant, replaced, or forgotten. That fear, my friend, can burn you out faster than any failed project that ever could. Tiring, right? Number 5. We are on to number 5. The last one. This is very deep. Identity crisis. Identity crisis, huh? When you pour everything into the business, time, energy, soul, it becomes your identity. You start to believe, if my business fails, I fail. If things slow down, or worse, if you have to close up, it means that you fail as a person, as an individual. You start to think negative things inside your mind. If things were to slow down, or worse, if you have to close up, you forget who you are. You forget who you are outside of the hustle. Every day you hustle, correct? But it's what's inside you tend to forget. You forget the person outside the hustle. Who are you where you're not pitching? Who are you where you're not selling, you're not building? Who are you when there's nobody watching? Entrepreneurs lose themselves in the grind. We become our business. But healing and long-term success comes when we remember. You are more than your business. Your worth isn't tied to your revenue. You are more than your business. What you're doing right now, the money that you earn, the business, the people, the brand that you build, you're more than that. Your worth isn't tied to your revenue. Just because you earn big bucks, just because you don't earn anything, that is not your worth. Remember that, guys. I've talked enough of 5 key points on the truth, the hardship of being an entrepreneur. So let's wrap up, all right? The 5 things are loneliness, guilt, the money, the visualization of money, which is an illusion, performance pressure, performance pressure, identity crisis. These 5 are the real battle behind the scene. The part that rarely people talk about, that rarely makes it into Instagram. But here I am sharing it to you today. Because if you are in it, you are not broken, you are not weak. You are just walking a path most people don't dare to take. And remember, you are a builder. You are a risk taker, a dreamer, and you are not alone. If this episode resonates with you, share it with a fellow entrepreneur, someone that might be quietly carrying all of this behind their back. And hey, you can DM me. Let me know your story. Let's keep this conversation going. This is a quick sip after all. Until next time, keep building and don't forget to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out.
You have just listened to the Quick Sip podcast, available on all social platforms. Subscribe, like, and follow.